OpenAI just released GPT Image 2.0 and it is by far the best image generator on planet because it's not just generating images, it's thinking like a genius. We tested some of the most amazing real-world use cases, including building full pitch decks, detailed infographics, product ads, comic books, and even performing multiple edits with a single prompt. But instead of me, you'll be learning from one of our teachers at the Cutting Edge group, Danish. So without further ado, let's get started.
Thank you, Ansh. So without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. So now ChatGPT has introduced Images 2.0. Now before starting with the use cases, this video is divided into three parts. First, I'll show you the difference between the previous model and the current one. Then I'll show you all the use cases that we are going to cover today. And at the end of the video, I'll give you a homework. So let's get started. So according to arena.ai, GPT-2 has the highest benchmark ratings right now. As you can see that Nano Banana 2 is struggling with the score 1271 and GPT-2 is 1512. So there's a difference of almost 300 points. And along with the comparison with all the other models as well. So they have also bifurcated text to image wise, image edit wise. A lot of parameters are there here. And you can see that these green pointers are of GPT 2.0. So it is insane right now. Now let's start with the use cases. So use case number one is that you can use GPT 2.0 for advertisements and media. So what we did is, we took this particular product of Maza. We wrote this prompt like make an advertisement prompting my new mango drink opening in Gurgaon, have a nice sunlight image of a mango juice and a streetwear aesthetic, and the prompt goes on. Now, I have tried this with GPT 1.5 and 2.0 and I'll show you the results. So the image on the left here is made using 1.5 and the image on the right is made using GPT 2.0. So can you see the stark difference? The logo here is very gibberish. You cannot see the logo. Since I've also provided the product as well, it's still not able to match that. But in GPT 2.0, they have solved that. Now, this is not just another image generator. It also understands the context at a very visual level. We just gave a simple prompt and the product and it has generated this image for us. Same with the skincare ad. Now, these prompts are also written by ChatGPT. So now the image on the left here is created using GPT 1.5 and the image on the right is created using GPT 2.0. Now, both of the images look really good. But the only problem here is that the logo has changed here. But everything in this image is as is. Even the product, the colors, everything is as is. Here the colors have also changed. So you can see the stark difference between the 2.0 and 1.5. There is also one feature where you can increase the aspect ratio. The previous image here is 2:3. But if I ask GPT to increase the aspect ratio, change the aspect ratio, it will do that. And this is what we have generated using it. Now let's say that in that previous image, you want to change the product. And this is the product that I want to use. So what you can do is you can just ask ChatGPT to replace that product of whatever product you are providing. So these are the images that we have generated using that. We again took Chemistat Play and then it generated this one. But now the background is not matching. The product is orange, but I want to change the background as well. I want it into an orange theme. So you can even do that using ChatGPT 2.0. Now this was possible in the previous versions as well, but I just want to give you an idea of how this actually works. Now use case number 2 is generating detailed infographics. Now initially in GPT 1.5, generating these kind of infographics was very difficult because it didn't have a lot of context. It would give you the output, but the output would not be accurate. So to generate these, you need to follow certain steps first. So you need to go to ChatGPT and then instead of instant, you need to click on thinking. So I'll show you where the actual setting is. Now when you sign into your account of ChatGPT, you need to go into this bottom left corner and select thinking because by default, it will be instant. Now folks, whoever has the free plan, you won't be able to select this. It will be automatically selected by ChatGPT depending on the server load. So only people with the paid plan will be able to access this. So when you click on thinking, you can see that the thinking part has been activated here. And then you can type a prompt. So let's say I want to create a periodic table in 21:9 aspect ratio with all the details of the elements. And before doing that, you need to click on create image. So now the create image part and the thinking part is activated. And then you can click on enter. It doesn't matter if the spelling is wrong, ChatGPT will automatically detect that. So now this image will take some time because it's actually going through all the facts on the internet as well. So this thinking part is not available in the previous version, but now it has been available. So now as you can see that it has thought for 4 minutes 52 seconds and it has given us this periodic table. So initially when we used to make this periodic table, the output were like this. But now it has given us a proper detailed periodic table where you can see the weights as well. The whole periodic table is as is. The elements are really accurate in this one. Now in the same way, you can even create modern infographics which explains why India has different climates. Now, including the hot regions, the cold regions, why snow happens, why most of India doesn't get snow. All these details are already mentioned in the prompt and it will generate this image for you. So it has given a very detailed infographic. Initially, it was very difficult to generate that because there are very tiny text inside that and I used to hallucinate a lot for that. But here, everything is really on point. Of course, there might be some mistakes, but at the end, your human intelligence and your human in the loop part comes into the picture, right? So you'll have to at least go through that infographic and then build on top of it because building from scratch becomes very difficult. So the use case number 3 is that you can generate manga and comic creations with context. So what we did is we provided just Ansh's image and we just wrote use the subject and create a manga for Battle of Panipat. Now we didn't add a lot of details to it, just Battle of Panipat, and we asked ChatGPT to use web search for accurate information and keep the expressions and mood according to the scene. So this is what it has given us. Now you see the details in this image. Every text that you see, the expression, the style, everything is really insane and it's matching the previous one as well. So the whole comic style manga creation, you can do this using ChatGPT. Next part is storyboard for commercials, where you can just give the prompt. You can have your idea written in a very natural language. This we have written using ChatGPT, but you can write it on your own as well, where you can break down the shots and give a scene by scene breakdown, and then it will generate a proper storyboard for you. So this is the storyboard that GPT has generated for the Dairy Milk commercial. So the next use case here is you can remove and add objects in any image. Now this is not like a new use case. It used to happen in the previous model as well, just like this, like remove the bartender from the background. It removed it. But now you can even expand the aspect ratio of this. You can even expand the image. So this is what we created using GPT 2.0. Now, the most interesting part in this removing and adding the object is that we gave ChatGPT this image and we just wrote remove Jaya Bachchan from this image. We didn't say remove the person in sari in this image or a person in the middle in the image. We just wrote remove Jaya Bachchan in this image and it gave us this output. It has also enhanced the picture, but just giving the context here, just giving the famous personality's name here, you can remove that. Same with this. Now, in this picture, I wanted to remove Rohit Shetty. So I just wrote remove Rohit Shetty and it has given us this output by removing the Rohit Shetty and keeping everything as is. It's not disturbing any other elements, any other poses. It feels like there was actually no person sitting here. So this is a really cool feature of Image 2.0. Now the next use case here is that you can give multiple edits in one single prompt. So we created a caricature of Ansh. We wrote this prompt and we just wanted to create a caricature. Now this is the image that we have generated. But I want to change a few things in this. I want to add the cutting edge group logo. I need to change the note. I need to change the cup. A lot of things I want to change, right? So we gave this prompt. Change the neon sign to cutting edge group. Change the sticky note to text holidays. The text on the cup should be coffee and change the to-do list. Also change the neon colors. So these were the edits. Like as you can see that this was the previous image. And when I gave the edit, I needed to have a different text on the to-do list. Even the color and the text has changed here. The text on the coffee mug has also changed. So you can give multiple edits here in just single prompt and it will be able to do it. In the previous versions, it was not possible. It would give you a proper output, but when it fixed something, it also breaks something. That used to happen a lot. But here, it kept everything as is and really consistent. Now for designers, this will be a very interesting use case. You can use Canva to make editable social media posts. Now what this means is that initially what we used to do is we just gave the product. We used to write the prompt, create a social media campaign for the summer sale of the attached product. And it used to give this. But we were not able to edit the text, the font size, the padding, the colors, a lot of things we needed to prompt and give it back, right? What you can do is you can click on the plus icon here, select more, and then select Canva. Now you need to enable this. So to enable this, you need to go to ChatGPT. You need to click on select and then settings and select apps. Now once you click on apps, you need to select explore apps. And after that, you need to enable Canva here. I have already enabled it, so you can directly start chat from here. So when I click on start chat, you will see that it has automatically selected Canva. But if you want to start a new chat, you can just click on new chat and click on this plus icon, more, and then Canva. After doing this, you can still use the same prompt, but now whatever design you get will be made in Canva. So I'll show you how that looks like. So this is the same prompt and this is what GPT has given us right now. They have given us 4 options. I really like the last one, but the only problem here is that it won't match your product. It'll give you a placeholder product, but it won't match your product. So no worries, you can just select this. Now I'll click on this and you need to click on open in Canva. Now when you click on open in Canva, you will be able to edit all the text here, but now you need to change the image here. So again, what you can do is you again go back to ChatGPT and remove the Canva connector from that. And then just type this prompt. create a professional ad for this product with no text, with smooth sunlight rays in the background. Because we don't want the text, we already have the text in the social media post that Canva has created. Now you will get this. After that, you can replace that image with this particular image because everything is as is of the product that we have already given. So this is your social media post. So you can use all these tools and create your own workflows and own ideas out of it, because at the end, your taste will matter a lot. Now, there was this social media post where a lot of people noticed that whenever we used to generate clocks, they used to give us the time 10:10 only. Something like this. Now, GPT has also solved that. I know this is not like a big feature to it, but these small, tiny details make these models really useful. So this is the prompt that we have given just to test it out. So create an image where there is a watch on the person's wrist. It's an analog watch and the time on the watch is 8:37. Now this is what GPT has given us. So the next use case here is UI generations. A lot of product designers always almost start from scratch, but what you can do is you can use GPT and then at least get a first draft of it, and then you can build on top of it. Of course, these are not editable, but at least you get an idea. At least you get a starting point, like a baseline. Initially, your baseline used to be here, but now your baseline has become here. Now, the next use case here is that you can design pitch decks and brand guidelines as well. It's a very interesting use case. So I'll show you. What we did is we gave our own course brochure, the Agentic AI for Daily Work. We gave ChatGPT that brochure. We turned on the thinking part, and then we just wrote create a pitch deck to sell this course using the same brand guidelines in the PDF that I've attached. So what I was expecting is that it use all the brand guidelines, the elements, the text, everything as is, but create a pitch deck out of it. So it has created this whole pitch deck for us. Isn't this insane? Imagine a salesperson had to create by himself. How much time would it take? Here you just need to upload the PDF because the content was already ready, and you just create a pitch deck depending on the number of slides you want. Now, a lot of people on Twitter have already created these. It looks really beautiful. They have added the brand guidelines, they have added the content, and this is what they have generated using GPT 2.0. Now, of course, these are not editable. This is just to get an idea, just to ideate on top of whatever you are thinking. So just to get your head start, they have created this. Now, you can also create movie posters as well. Now, here what we did is, we asked it to create Duranda poster in 90s style. So this is what it has generated for us. Can you see the art style, the details, everything is apt for the 90s style poster. Even the languages here, initially language was a huge barrier. It used to hallucinate a lot. Now in this, they have improved this a lot. We also asked GPT to create our Indian logos in 90s style. So this is what it has generated for us. Now, since we have covered all the use cases, there are some limitations to it still. It struggles with tasks which really involves a lot of real-world physics. It also struggles with origami guides, puzzles, Rubik cubes, along with some very intricate patterns like bed sheets or towels. It is very difficult for AI to replicate that. So right now, this is like the latest verse, but I'm sure in the coming months, it's going to be fixed as well. Even in the infographics, if it's a very detailed infographics, you might have to check each and everything, whatever text that it has written, whatever labels that it has mentioned, each and everything has to go under a human intervention because there might be some sort of mistakes to it. You cannot use this for a production level, but you need to have that human intervention first. You have to go through that. Then only you will be able to build on top of it. So these are some examples where ChatGPT 2.0 can hallucinate. When processes get these complicated, it tends to hallucinate. So like this one, 4 ways to lace sneakers. Now visually this looks good, but it doesn't make sense. The process doesn't make sense. Same with this one. There is a direction map here where the arrows are going haywire. Some arrows are going on the right direction, some arrows are going on the left one. And even in this origami paper crane. So as I mentioned earlier as well, it looks good, but if you try it out, you won't be able to create this kind of origami puzzle. So now these were the use cases, the limitations, and all the benefits of ChatGPT Image 2.0. Now, as a student, you can actually create these infographics for your better understanding. You can improve your learning. Even teachers can actually use this and make your students understand these complex processes. For businesses, you can even use this for commercial advertisements, for marketing, and a lot more stuff as well. Even for product designers, you can use this for at least generating the first draft of your UI so that you can build on top of it. Now, GPT also understands Asian and Indian context because it is also trained on Indian languages like Hindi, Bengali, and a lot more languages. Now, ChatGPT 2.0 is also available in Hixfield, OpenArt, even Figma, Adobe, and Canva. So you can try that out on your own as well. Now, there is a free plan and the paid plan as well. In the free plan, there are some limitations. It won't be able to generate a lot of images for you. Hardly 2 to 3 images per day because there's no official documentation. But we have tested it out and it goes to around 2 to 3 images and it will take a lot of time to generate that. And you won't be able to select the thinking mode because it's only available for the paid plan. So in the start of the video, I mentioned that you will be getting a homework. So what you can do is you can create an infographic of whatever subject, whatever topic you want. and then you can post that on social media, but don't forget to tag us. We will also provide you whatever prompts that we have used in a proper PDF, and the link will be attached in the description. So that's it, folks. See you in the next one.